Hi, welcome to Discovery Moment. My name is Remy Lekunpain. On today's episode, we have a very special guest. Her name is Atta Ashiru. Atta Ashiru is the founder and creative director of Inkart Studios. Welcome to Discovery Moment.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you too. Okay, so what is Inkart Studio into basically?
Well, Inkart Studios, we're a full-service design studio, and we create anything from wedding invitations, birthday invitations, corporate invitations, and also kit packaging, custom boxes for banks, or even for just any clientele who's looking to package their products nicely.
How did you come about the brand name?
And so that was with the help of my siblings, my sisters to be exact. I have 3 sisters. This was way back, oh my God, like probably 8 years ago. We're sitting in the living room at my house in Atlanta, and we were coming up with names, and so one of them came up with the name Inkarts. Don't ask me why, I don't know.
When I came into your studio, I saw all of these colors, the balloons, and
We like our clients when they come to our studio for consultations. We don't want them to walk into a boring space. Yeah.
Exactly. So I believe when you started the journey, or when you started Inkart Studio, you faced a lot of challenges. How were you able to overcome them?
I started this 8 years ago, and I lived in Atlanta for close to 18 years. So I started this over there, and of course, when you're running a business over there, it's a bit different, Things are a bit structured. I was also used to working with pretty established print press houses. And I came to Nigeria, and that wasn't the case. When I first started here, there were a lot of errors here and there which I was not pleased with. So I swore to myself back then that I would not produce here anymore. But was it in 2016 when we had that dollar crash and the dollar went up to almost 600? I had to sit down and I said to myself, this is not going to work. How do we make this happen locally and just really put our time into making sure that we are able to deliver the same quality of products that come out of here as opposed to coming from the States. Yeah, so did that, and I just was able to build a solid team. Really honed in on quality. That personalized service you give the clients, and thank God we've been successful at it. I have to say that in the past year and a half, everything we've done has been created and produced in Nigeria.
What would you say is your unique selling point that makes you different from every other person in the same industry as you are?
Our unique selling point is that, we have a clear understanding of our products. We have a clear understanding of the type of print methods that are used. We're able to educate our clients because it's not just to deliver pretty things to the clients. It's also about educating them, letting them know the best print methods that work for their budgets. So it's personalized service. When a client comes in, or even if they don't come in and it's a phone consultation, we try to educate them as much as possible so that they're very aware of what they're getting. So I think that's what makes us stand out.
So I'll just say they're bespoke, basically.
Yes, bespoke.
It's bespoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
We basically cater to the discerning client. Our clients know exactly what they want, and they're just looking for someone to deliver it for them in a very efficient manner. And also, everybody's unique. Everybody comes with a different request, and from inception to when they have a consultation to when we execute and deliver, we want that process to be as seamless as possible.
Fantastic. So when was your discovery moment? When did you say, you know what, this is what I want to do, this is me, this is how I want to go about it?
Well, I've always been a creative. That's the truth. Anybody who knows me from when I was young to now, I've always dabbled in something. I mean, I've done hair. I've written books. I wrote books when I was in secondary school. I wrote 2 books. They never got published, but I actually wrote them and they were pretty good. I've done all sorts of things. But one thing I really enjoyed doing, I was doing it as a hobby, was creating invitations. So I'll create for friends, for weddings, And I created my wedding invitations, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is pretty." But I guess it was the year, was it the year after I created invitations for my 30th? And I created them. It was party. It was a mass theme, and I wanted the invitation to speak to my guests and set the tone for the event. So I spent a lot of time, putting it together, and I used this nice paper and everything. And when it went out, of course, it set the tone, because it was like, whoa, people started calling me like, "Oh yeah, this is really nice. Where did you get them? Because I have an event coming up soon. I'd like to order from them." So, "Oh no, you're ordering from me because I did it." So people were shocked. Like, I guess them being shocked, I was like, wow, like that gave me the push. Like, okay, you can do this.
Actually do
People
this.
are willing to. And then I started getting calls from people. Okay, since you did it, can you make something for me? And
this is my cost. And
that
they're
was
happy and
my
willing to pay
yeah.
for
They're
the
willing to
services.
pay for it. So I was like, that's my aha moment. That's like, go ahead and do this. Really.
I believe you've made one or two mistakes that you would like to share, and what you've learned from them, your experience dealing with them, basically.
Well, I don't like to call them mistakes. They're just, little hurdles and stuff that come through when you. It's a natural. It's natural when you're doing business. Stuff would always come up, but they've recently, a more recent experience was with a client where we were pressed. Like, we had a lot of orders to go out, and we were, trying to please each client, deliver on time, as we always like to do. And while we were waiting for the prints to come in from our print press, it happened to be the wrong color. The wrong color. And I was like, how do we explain to the client? How do you explain this? Because this is not what we're about. This is not what we do. But at the end of the day, I tell my team, they know, be upfront with your clients. Integrity is key. That's one thing I drive into my team. Like, that's what we stand for. So what's the worst that can happen? So we called the client, and we were upfront, really apologetic at the same time, told them what had happened. Of course, she was pissed off, but we turned that situation around by addressing the situation, giving her a workaround. This is what we're going to do, and we will deliver at this time when we say we're going to deliver. And when we made our little fixes, it turned out better than what they were expecting. The colors worked out better, and she thanked us. So yeah, that's it. Because things are going to happen, but be honest. That's how we address those situations that come up.
What is entrepreneurship success to you?
Okay, so success for me is pretty much living your best life. It's as easy as that for me. Living your best life, and it's not necessarily, for me, it's not tied to fame or money. And also understanding that with success comes failure. You can't succeed if you don't fail. You have to fail, because that's how you learn. You go through the hurdles and challenges, and you try to see how it works better for you the next time. So that's how I describe it.
Nice. Do you believe in internship?
We've had one or two, interns that have come in just to understudy and see what we do. In the summer usually is when this happens, when I guess people are out of school. And
are you looking to having more interns?
I am looking to see how we can do that, how we can also mentor, not also have an intern. So yeah, that's still in the works, definitely at the forefront of our minds. Who inspires me? My kids. My kids, because I know, this is why I do what I do, right? Like, yeah, it's funny, but it is part of it. Because I want them to look up to me, like, Mama did this, they call me Mama. So Mama did this, you know, because they were asking me questions. They're very interested in what's going on here, and it makes me want to do better, because also a part of it is, I mean, it's not a hobby anymore, right? We're doing it for profit, so I want to be able to fend for them, you know? So they inspire me to do better. They inspire me to do better. Yeah.
So much for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's bring it back to Nigeria. You know,
Yeah.
I'm restricting it down to Nigeria.
Okay.
We have quite a lot of entrepreneurs, you know, but up until this moment, they're still struggling for recognition. I just want to know, in your own view, what do you think could have been the problem? You know, is it the situation of the country, or is it the fact that Nigerian youths are lazy, or is it the fact that they're not putting in one effort, you know, in what they do? In your own opinion, what do you think?
My own opinion, I won't say the youth are lazy. Definitely not. I think they're very resilient, very resolute. I mean, this is an example, right? You know, everybody, I mean, the camera, you know, yeah, and even the creative, just even me being in the creative industry, I see there's just a lot. There are a lot of talented people. So we can't sit back and say, oh yeah, you know, the youth are lazy and they don't want to work. No, that's not it. But I think they also need the apps to help them to succeed. You know, we have a long way to go in helping people succeed, because we have to also understand that everybody's background is different and not the same. So I may have the opportunity to do something and somebody else may not have, but have the same vision, and they get frustrated. Just infrastructure in the country, or just avenues like what, maybe a loan or something that's going to help them, push them to start. So it's really
Not friendly.
Yeah, it's not friendly. It's not fair for some. But I would say keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
Keep pushing. Be resilient. Stay in it. Be focused. Don't be jack of all trades and a master of none.
Exactly, jack of all trades.
Because that's another thing I see. A lot of people try to, you know, do 1,001 things, but you're not really honing in on your craft and, you know, just getting that done. So just resilient, you know, keep pushing.
I'm sure you've heard that. So what do you do for leisure?
I love music.
I can
People
see,
don't know.
And then in one of your posts, I saw you dancing.
Right,
like,
I know. Oh my God, that I guess that shocked a lot of people. My sisters were calling me like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't you remember?" But when they look back, I love music. I love listening to all kinds of genres of music. I love to travel, but I hate to fly. I hate flying.
So
but I
one
love
of those
traveling.
that it hikes, is it the fact that it's so high?
It's the fact that I can't
figure
figure out the dynamics of.
where it's
Yeah, I'm
heading
not
to,
in
where am I?
control. You know, so.
Like, I suppose you've been on the road.
Yes, exactly. I feel like I'm in control. So I love traveling, and I think I've made it a point now that I'm older. I mean, we used to go to the same places, but now I want to see the world. I want to see the world with the family and my kids. So that's what we're trying to do now. Every time.
That's actually a good one. Spending
Yeah.
time with family for
Yes, I used to read a lot, but I have to be honest. I haven't read a good book in years. Like, I used to read on the regular, but something I definitely would like to get back into. Yeah.
You should, because we would actually like to read one of your write-ups. You said you write?
Oh, I used to write. Maybe I'll pick that up again. Who
Please
knows?
do, so that we can have something today. Give us your motivational quotes for today.
My mantra
Yes, please.
for me. Anyways, this is it. It could be worse.
Okay.
I know. Look at your facial expression.
No, like,
But
we're supposed to go somewhere,
no,
just
that's
it.
it. When people say, oh, you know, or I'm having a bad day, or things that haven't gone out, I just sit down, take a deep breath, and I'm like, it could be worse. So it could be worse could translate into
To anything.
yeah, you could
everything.
yeah. So you're in this situation now, but it's not going to last forever, you know. So that's it's my coping mechanism for when things don't go right.
Go right. For the purpose of growing a network, what should we be looking out for in from Impact Studios in the nearest future? Any collaboration, any seminars, any trainings, you know?
Yes, definitely. We would like to collaborate, attend more workshops, also maybe do the speaking, so I can, share my knowledge. It's something that I've been thinking about. It's been at the forefront of my mind. So definitely that's in the works. In terms of Incarts as a business and how we're moving forward in the future, definitely a lot of stuff that has to do with a lot of growth that would have to do with the digital space. Something more disruptive as opposed to,
Just the basics.
yeah, just the basics. I mean, I can't share those details,
It's
but
fine.
let me just leave it at that.
Watch out
That
for
we
it.
have
Watch out for
exactly.
it.
Watch out for us.
Thank you so much for having us today.
Oh,
It's
wow.
been such a pleasure speaking with you.
It certainly has. It certainly has. Thank you so
Really
much.
glad. Thank you so much.
Thank you.